The world that they offer you is gray and promises dystopian control. They offer you safety and security purchased with the currency of your freedoms. But on this channel, we say absolutely not. The warmth and freedom of individual liberty will pass on from us to the next generation, and it starts right now. Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, our beautiful country, how we're going to fix both these things together, because, guys, it's the same frickin' fight. More on that coming later, but we're going to save both of them. That's the bottom line. So if you guys are ready to see how we're seeing a Summer of Love 2.0, and I think the best way to describe what I'm about to show you is, great, more riots. Everything that I'm about to show you is going to be linked in the description box below. I always bring the receipts, and of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. Mostly, if you believe that you are going to take part in bringing this country back to where it should be versus the craziest that I'm about to show you, this is the place to be. I'm just saying. Subscribe, like, notification, all the things. Let's get into this, people. We got to dive in. And a special administrative note, a lot of you asked me to hold this open for a little bit longer for the special limited time design. I'm going to hold it open for the weekend. Basically, we're coming for our rights. That's the shirt. We've talked about it all week. There's a link in the description. I will cut it off at the end of this weekend. So just, guys, if you are some of the people who asked me to hold it, I'll leave it open, but make sure you get it before the weekend ends. That's that little administrative announcement. Let's dive into the shenanigan. Okay. So imagine my surprise when I opened up to the X feed today at Braden LOA, if you want to follow me, and I saw riots popping off everywhere. That doesn't really surprise me, because we've already seen the Summer of Love, we've seen the Chaz of Chop. This is the standard reaction to leftists when they're not getting their way. They just destroy stuff. They just destroy stuff. However, this is an interesting one, because, guys, this is a symptom of a much larger problem about what we're about to walk into, because these riots are about immigration raids. The left in cities like Los Angeles and then this morning, Minneapolis, the left is reacting to the federal law enforcement enforcing the law, and they're rioting, and they're attacking enforcement, and they're taking over areas, and they're just out for rampant destruction because they're enforcing laws. They have completely split away from what the existing laws are and made up their own laws in their preferred mind. This would be one of those times where accountability is necessary. We're either a nation of laws or we are not a nation of laws. However, it really helps if you follow them. Okay, let's get into this. Let's dive into the riotous behavior that we are going to try to document for you, because this is very similar to Trump 1.0. Trump 2.0 is the same, just with more noise. All right, so this is from the mayor of Los Angeles. Okay, listen to this, and you wonder why the following video is after this. This morning, we received reports of federal immigration enforcement actions in multiple locations in Los Angeles. As mayor of a proud city of immigrants, it's not about immigrants, it's about circumventing the system, who contribute to our city in so many ways, I am deeply angered by what has taken place. They're enforcing federal law. How dare they? These tactics sow terror in our communities and disrupt basic principles of safety in our city. They're violating the law. This is not hard. Again, this is the point. They've made up their own laws in their own brain, and therefore, if you violate the laws they passed in their brain and what they feel should be right, it's not a law anymore, so therefore it's fine. That whole my truth thing, yeah, that's coming home to roost real hard. Anyway, my office is in close coordination with immigration rights community organizations. We will not stand for this, Mayor Karen Bass. Which leads to this. So what we're looking at right now, I'm going to turn the audio off, you don't need it. So what we're looking at right now is protesters outside, basically the Los Angeles detention center where ICE is holding people who are undocumented. Yeah, they're called illegal immigrants. They're just destroying cement blocks. Why? What is so special about those blocks? Are you proving your point that you believe there should be no immigration law? Nope. You just want to destroy stuff. Are the police responding in riot gear? Yep. Looks just like Summer of Love in, I cannot remember for the life of me which city that was in. Chaz Chop, I think it was in Seattle. I'm pretty sure it was in Seattle. It's crazy enough up there. This is what they're doing. They're just destroying random things. It doesn't even make sense. But don't worry. The taxpayers get to pay for all of it, and I'm sure there'll be no arrest because it's Los Angeles. Don't worry, I'm sure there's going to be no arrest because, let's face it, it's Los Angeles and the mayor has said that, which I just read to you. But let's continue on our little path of Trump 2.0 and how it's going. Now, ICE raids are being leaked on Reddit ahead of time. They're viewing this as some sort of resistance to an overbearing, evil organization when they're literally enforcing federal law. We are reaching a point rapidly in our nation. I'm going to cut the audio and I'm just going to play this while I say this. We are quickly reaching a point in our nation where people are just making up their own laws and what they feel should and shouldn't be, and then they're just destroying anything and everything with no accountability because they're these leftist, liberal, bastion cities. This is Minneapolis. There's a leak of an ICE raid. These officers are literally enforcing the law. I don't care if you're from a different country. If you get in here and you follow the right rules, right system, and right procedures, and you want a piece of that American dream, get in here. I'm down. The problem is the circumvention of the entire laws, which overwhelm the system, and that's going to cause a problem. And in fact, if you're a student of history, you would know that sounds familiar from something called Cloward and Piven. Okay, this is part of the system override. But anyway, let's keep on going. I don't need to show you that one anymore. Let's go to this next one. This time, the media is picking it up, which is only going to cause it to do even more. For example, ICE raids hit Los Angeles County today, and locals are rising up. This is what resistance looks like. This was about an hour ago. Guys, they're literally enforcing law. They are rising up to resist law enforcement. This isn't hard. Did they change the immigration laws? No. Did they have representation, debate, and pass new laws? No. They decided several years ago to just ignore federal law through sanctuary city policies, and now this is the reaction because we're rising up against the fascist machine when it literally is enforcing existing law. This isn't difficult. It's emotions over reality. It's my reality versus everyone else's. That's the entire problem. I bet if you took a sample of all the people who are writing, they would all have 8 million different examples of what should and shouldn't be allowed. There is no unity. It's the unity is in hating the man. Orange man bad. Let's continue. I got even more for you. This is what's happening as well. They are defacing government property. The LAPD is still refusing to respond as the situation continues to devolve. I can't imagine why they'd be doing that from the actual mayor who let the entire area burn to the ground. But you can see it, guys. What we're dealing with right now is Trump 2.0. Leftist bastion cities are allowing their cities to be destroyed to prove a point politically. Let's continue again, and I'm just going to, again, play it while it's rolling. We're looking at open lawlessness by masked individuals, and the police are not doing anything. This is exactly what happened in the Chop Chaz thing in Washington. This is exactly what happened in the Summer of Love. This is what's happening in the leftist blue states and cities because they feel bad. Accountability is a key point of life. Responsibility is a key point in life. Consequences are a key point in life. The longer that we go down this road, and it's perfectly justifiable to just shirk federal law completely, the longer and harder the reaction is going to be. These people need to be arrested for assaulting people. This is not protest, this is destruction. It's always the redefinition of terms. It's always going to be the virtuous, even though they're completely ironclad, they're wearing their Palestinian garb, they're wearing their Antifa garb, everything's masked, everything's good, except when it comes to actual accountability, in which case the leaders of the cities that are in question are under siege are doing this and completely and totally enabling it. This is the problem we're facing. Trump 2.0, Summer of Love 2.0, great, riots again. And that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.